कविता, कविता पानी देना। कविता, कविता कहाँ हो तुम? मेरे को इतना समय हो गया आए हुए। कविता, कविता। मीनल, अरे मीनल, कविता गेट नहीं खोल रही है यार। तुम मेरे हेल्प करोगे गेट तोड़ने में?
कविता, दरवाजा खोलो।
हेलो पुलिस, मैं आर के पुरम सेक्टर 13B से बोल रहा हूँ। मेरी वाइफ ने सुसाइड कमिट कर लिया है। प्लीज़ आप जल्दी आइए।
सभी पीछे हटिए, पुलिस को अपना काम करने दीजिए। पुलिस को सबसे पहले कॉल किसने किया?
सर, मैं राहुल, कविता का पति। मैंने ही सबसे पहले आपको कॉल किया था।
तो आप लास्ट टाइम कविता से कब मिले थे?
सर, पिछली पूरी रात तो मैं लैब में ही था। मेरे को कुछ रिसर्च पेपर सबमिट करने थे, पर जब मैं सुबह आया तो बाहर वाला गेट तो मैंने खोल दिया क्योंकि हम दोनों के पास ही कीज़ थी। अंदर वाले गेट का मैंने कविता के रिस्पांस का बहुत इंतज़ार किया, पर अंदर से वो कुछ बोली नहीं। तो मैंने फिर अपने नेबर्स की मदद से ये गेट तोड़ा, और जैसे मैंने गेट तोड़ा तो कविता को इस हालत में पाया।
ओके, तो मिस्टर राहुल, आपको ऐसा क्यों लगता है कि कविता ऐसा क्यों कर सकती है?
हमारे बीच में सर कुछ ऐसा तो नहीं, पर बीते कुछ दिनों से वो अपने ऑफिस वालों से परेशान रहती थी।
ओके,
Kavita's body was brought down from the ceiling fan by the forensic team. The evidences found from the crime scene were a suicide note, along with Kavita's diary and rope used for hanging. The conclusions were made. The body was found hanging as reported by her husband. He claimed the door to be bolted from inside and was broken down with the help of neighbors. The noose was tied around the neck and a V-ligature appearance was found. The 1.5 meter long rope used for hanging was collected by the forensic team. As there were no signs of struggles nor bleeding from any body part, the case appeared to be of suicidal hanging, but the body was then sent for post-mortem examination.
The couple lived in a sophisticated society and was the epitome of peace and discipline. After 15 long years of married life, there was no clue for the police to suspect on anyone, and the only namesake evidence found from the crime scene was suicide note, in which Kavita mentioned of her affair with her office colleague Roy.
सर देखिए, मेरा कविता के बीच में कोई रिलेशन नहीं है। हम बस एक ऑफिस में साथ में काम करते हैं।
देखो रॉय, अगर तुम हमारे साथ कोऑपरेट नहीं करोगे तो प्रॉब्लम तुम्हारे लिए ही बढ़ सकती है।
सर, मैं और कविता बस दोस्त हैं।
तो फिर कविता ने अपने सुसाइड नोट में तुम्हारे ही बारे में क्यों लिखा, ये बताओ मुझे।
सर, मुझे ये नहीं पता क्यों लिखा। मुझे लग रहा है मुझे फंसाया जा रहा है।
देखो रॉय, तुम इस केस के प्राइम सस्पेक्ट हो, और जब तक ये केस सॉल्व नहीं होता तब तक तुम ये शहर छोड़कर नहीं जा सकते। कांस्टेबल, रॉय पर नज़र रखना क्योंकि वो हमारे केस का प्राइम सस्पेक्ट है।
ओके सर।
The neighborhood was inquired in attempt to get a lead for the case.
कविता और राहुल को कब से जानते थे?
मैं राहुल और कविता को 10 साल से जानती हूँ। वो अक्सर हमारे घर पे आया जाया करते थे।
आप रॉय के बारे में क्या जानती हैं? क्या आप हमें कुछ बता सकती हैं?
ज़्यादा तो नहीं, पर वो कभी कभी कविता को सोसाइटी में ड्रॉप करने आया था।
Despite of tracking Roy, police could gather no solid evidence against him. Kavita's suicide case was an open shut for police. With the arrival of ISRA reports, many stones were turned, and it gave the case an unexpected turn. As Kavita's death was not a mere suicide, but a murder by heavy dose of arsenic. Trace amount of arsenic was found in Kavita's hair, nails, and bones.
Yes, doctor. What is the status of case? What? It is the case of murder. Okay, okay.
Arsenic salts are very toxic. In past, it was considered as an ideal homicidal poison. After examining Kavita's dead body, I classified my findings. In the external findings, I could smell slight garlicky odor from her nose and mouth, indicating the death had occurred around 12 in the midnight. There must have been subendocardial hemorrhage and circulatory failure due to which death had occurred. In Kavita's case, approximately 350 mg to 500 mg arsenic trioxide was given to her. Her liver had shown fatty degeneration, the gastrointestinal mucosa had red velvety appearance, and it was congested and edematous. The ligature marks on the nape of her neck represented that the body was suspended at the center of the occiput, which represented the hanging was typical one. The victim was first administered with high doses of arsenic trioxide, and then her body was suspended by her husband.
As the doses indicated high level of arsenic, which was most probable cause of death, investigators now suspected that the murderer must have administered the poison either in drink or food of Kavita in a period of 24 hours or even less before Kavita's death. The search was then narrowed down to only with the people Kavita made last contact with. The office colleagues and husband were called, but all efforts were going in vain again, until the police now carefully examined the only evidence found from the crime scene, Kavita's diary, along with her suicide note. It was then sent for examination by the documentary expert, and what came out was a shock to the team. The document was forged.
Handwriting examination is based on two distinct facts. No two people can write exactly alike. Within writing of a single individual, every person has a range of natural variation to his or her writing. Surprisingly, both Rahul and Kavita's handwriting were strikingly similar. After examining Kavita's diary and then comparing it with suicide note, we concluded that suicide note was not written by Kavita, it was written by Rahul. Kavita used to write and as the symbol ampersand, but Rahul used to write the word and. Also, while writing, Kavita used to make a downstroke I, but Rahul used to make two lines on the I. Also, Kavita used to make a cursive F, while the boy made normal F.
Despite this fact, Rahul denied to every allegations and defended himself by saying it a mere coincidence, but this created more suspicion on him, and the house was now again re-investigated.
This time we had him by his throat. We were astonished to see that the window he was used to escape from the crime scene was missed by our investigating team at the first time of investigation. In this case, we got some thread and cloth piece stuck to the nail coming out from the window, which her husband must have used to escape after hanging her dead body. As the thread matched with the laundry we confiscated with was obviously Rahul's, along with that the micro traces of tissues which he left while tying the noose around his dead body's wife's neck were a strong evidence against him too.
The cloth thread found of the accused was submitted to us for microscopic examination. Also, the tissue found from the rope were examined. In practice, evidence often contains a mixture of DNA from more than one person. These mixtures can be very challenging to analyze and interpret. But in the end, following case, each marker from the suspect sample was included in the mixture profile collected from the evidence. Hence, on the basis of tissue samples and the fabric collected from the crime scene, there was a clear involvement of husbands in his wife's murder.
ओके तो मिस्टर राहुल, अब तुम्हारे पास अपना जुर्म कबूल करने के अलावा और कोई रास्ता नहीं बचा. तुमने ये सब क्यों किया ये बताओ.
The rat race finally came to an end when police and investigation team had got all the evidence against Rahul. Rahul had no better way than accepting to his crime. कविता और मेरे बीच काफ़ी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स बढ़ चुकी थी. उस दौरान मुझे अपनी ऑफिस कलीग अनीता पसंद आने लगी. उस रात मैं एक्चुअली लैब किया ही नहीं, घर पर ही रहा. हमारा डिनर मैंने ही बनाया और कविता के खाने में 300 से 500 मिलीग्राम आर्सेनिक मिला दिया. हम दोनों की हैंडराइटिंग काफ़ी सिमिलर थी। कॉलेज टाइम से वो मेरे लिए असाइनमेंट भी लिख दिया करती थी, जिसका फ़ायदा मैंने उसका फेक सुसाइड नोट लिखने में लिया। खाना खाने के 3 से 5 घंटे बाद कविता की मौत हो गई। मैंने सुसाइड नोट उसकी डायरी के साथ पिलो के नीचे रख दिया। उसकी पल्स चेक करी, कमरे को अंदर से बंद करा और खिड़की से बाहर निकल गया ताकि पुलिस को ये केस सुसाइड का लगे। रॉय का नाम सुसाइड नोट में लिखकर मैं अपने आप को इस केस से भी बचाता रहा। Out of hate and agony from Kavita's success, Rahul killed her, but in a hurry to end things too quickly and lead a cheerful life with his girlfriend, he left evidences which turned out to be an endpoint to his extramarital affair along with his innocent wife. Rahul was then announced a lifelong imprisonment and various charges: IPC 302 for murder, IPC 193 for evidence manipulation, IPC 328 for poisoning. Roy was cleared of all charges, but he and the neighborhood was traumatized after knowing the real story that a human with sober personality like Rahul had a mind of an expert criminal.